All right, welcome back um, to the last game of the round of 32 of the World Cup. We are here to finally wrap it up. I know I'm a little bit behind schedule. People are going to say that. I'm aware of that. Don't worry, I already know. All right, shit's happened. It's out with my control. So we're here again to get this done and to see which will be the last team to advance to the round of 32. At least in simulation. Obviously, the result in this game might not be the same as the result in real life, so the winner in this might be the one that we don't see again. So, say if Colombia win 2-0, it might be Ghana that we see in the round of 16. So, welcome back anyway. If you didn't see the last prediction, I beg you go and watch it. I absolutely plead that you go and watch it. If it's one prediction you're gonna watch from this whole thing, go and watch the Argentina versus Cabo Verde game because it is generational. Little spoiler in there, but you will love every moment of it. But anyway, now that little self plug is done for the previous episode, we'll get into the current one. Obviously, in real life, there is still a few teams to be confirmed to round of 16. Most of them already are. In this one, we will complete the simulation side of it, and then we will bounce into the round of 16, where Canada and Morocco, I think, kick off the proceedings of the next round. So, as usual, before we go into the game, we will be doing the settings. 10-minute halves, legendary difficulty, competitor mode on, player-based difficulty on. The ball will be the EA Sports red/white. For the last time, this is the last time we'll see this ball, and then for the round of 16, we'll be changing the football used for this match. Going on, we'll be using, I don't know yet, we'll figure it out in the next one what ball we use. The stadium we'll use always seems to be this one. I always seem to have Mercedes-Benz or Providence Park. Is there anything else? Is there anything else I could use? Where's the Lumen Field again? I'm pretty sure that's not American, isn't it? Oh, it is American. Lumen Field. We'll use this one then. Not really feel like I use this much either. Summertime, although it is mad late. I think this is the latest game of them. I think it's like 2:30 or something like that. AM. So we'll go 9:30 p.m. Clear weather, natural grass, the freshest green you can get, and those are the usual settings. Before we do actually go into anything else, just gonna check again because sometimes it likes to do this behind my back. Music always on. It should not be always on. It should be off. Yeah. So that's fine. Just checking that. And finally, the teams to play each other in this game then. This is how it looks. Colombia lining up on the left. Ghana lining up on the right. In all fairness to the pair of these teams, they're not going to live up to the previous prediction, but I don't think they'll care about living up to any game. I think they'll just care about going through in any specific way they can. I don't think there's any, you know, there's not any I want to put on a show here. There, I want to win, and there's no other real result to be had. So for Colombia, Vargas in goal, Mojica and Munoz as the fullbacks, Lukumi and Sanchez as the centre backs, Lerma and Puerta getting the CDM spots, Luis Diaz off the left, John Arias off the right. In the cam spot, it'll be James Rodriguez with the captain's armband. And I've got hiccups. That's not really the team news I was going to give you. That I've got hiccups. But we've got Luis Suarez, not that one. I'll say that every time. I know it's going to get a dead joke, but Luis Suarez up front for Colombia. On the Ghanaian side, it is Asare who will be the goalkeeper. Mensah left back, Sanaya right back, Apoku and Ajeti as the centre backs, and the midfield three of Urenki, Owusu, and team captain Thomas Partey. Left winger Semenyo, right winger Fatawu, and up front at striker will be the man who's actually done quite well in simulation. I can't remember how he's done in real life, but he has got a couple of goals in simulation. It is Jordan Ayew. Now, this is an interesting one because Colombia only just squeezed through the group, as did Ghana. But Ghana were the only team, or have been the only team, to not lose to England so far. So that's an interesting little statistic as well for anyone interested. So let's get into the final round of 32 game then, ladies and gentlemen, at the Lumen Field, 10-minute half length, legendary difficulty, authentic game type, on a sunny evening, half 9, because half 2 in real life the game, so we're going for half 9. It's Colombia versus Ghana to see who'll be the last team to earn their passage, earn their place in the round of 16.
Two sides are primed to give it their all in what promises to be 90 minutes of relentless end-to-end action. We should be in for a cracker. Welcome along to an evening that was made for football. The pitch is in great order too. Joining me, Guy Mowbray for commentary, will be Sue Smith. And hopefully we've got some goals and drama on the way. It's Colombia facing Ghana.
I'm anticipating a good match today. It's important they get off to a good start, play their way into the game, be confident on the ball, and hopefully we won't be disappointed.
The national anthems have been sung and the teams are being introduced. Colombia and Nestor Lorenzo are picking this side to take on the imposing threat of Ghana. We know who it is, we've explained who it is. They've got options on the bench as well should they want to change things up, but this is probably their strongest squad. Does it make a difference? Will it be enough to find a route into the round of 16? Colombia quite successful in terms of knockout, well, getting out the group to the knockouts, but then not getting much further usually. Ghana, of course, had that run in 2010. What am I on about? In 2010, Carlos Queiroz picking his side. This is the side he has selected. But yeah, Ghana having that crazy run in 2010 in the quarterfinals to Uruguay, obviously went out, but under controversial circumstances, but also in a circumstance that you'd understand from Uruguay's perspective why Luis Suarez did that. Will they be undone by another Luis Suarez here in 2026? That is the question, as it is Ghana who will kick proceedings off in the white strip and Colombia playing in the yellow. Ghana going right to left, Colombia going left to right. Now, for this one, I genuinely don't know. There's been so many close call competition, like round of 32 matches. This is another one where it's hard to split, but I think I'm going to edge towards Colombia. I'm going to say 2-1 to Colombia. I'm going to be transparent. I've not really been tracking my predictions, seeing if I got them right or wrong or everything like that. So I might never come back to this, but 2-1 is my prediction. I think Semenyo will cook a little bit, but I also think that Colombia just overall have a better squad. Just have a bit more about them, but you never know. And of course, just to repeat, we'll be playing the games that get drawn in real life. So say if Colombia do win this and Ghana win in real life, it won't matter. We won't see Colombia again. We'll be seeing Ghana instead.
And the hard work pays off. They won the ball. Johan Mojica. John Lukumi. That's not a bad looking ball. Not so much given away as cleverly won. rhythm to the passing here.
Yeah, just trying to draw them out of position, aren't they?
Fatawu,
This is lovely.
Urenki. I haven't paid attention, by the way. I was just replying to a work text. Semenyo. Now out to Mensah. But again, like I said, whatever happens in this one, it's not going to top the last one. The drama. All the way to the end. They'll give it a try here, Ghana. Again, it's not going to matter, Ghana or Colombia, they're not going to care about drama. They're not going to care about topping the last one. They just want to make it through this one. Fatawu marginally offside. I thought he was on, to be fair, so I can kind of understand the frustration. And it is marginal. It's his shoulder that's been ruled off. Correct decision, even if there's not full agreement on it.
I think we've quickly come to appreciate just how good a player Luis Diaz is. What should we expect from him today, Sue?
Well, he's got so much to his game, but the strength that stands out to me is his ability to whip a ball in from out wide. The pace and the accuracy that he gets. It's a nightmare for defenders, but forwards, they'll thrive on it.
This could be dangerous. Possession changes hands. Now there might be a chance as they keep it moving. Partey.
Oh man, I really need to lock in here, but I'm just kind of letting the game flow because nothing's really gone yet. But Urenki can play it through Lukumi. If I just suddenly go quiet for like a minute or so, I am doing other things on the side. I've still got stuff to do this afternoon as well, so I'm kind of rushing things a little bit because I also do want to be recording and getting these at least around the 32s done because they're all tonight, IRL. So I'd like to do Canada versus Morocco as well, potentially. The one after that, can't remember who it is off the top of my head, but the one after that.
Owusu. Scruffy play, ball lost.
Try to think what it would be before I finish googling here. I can't remember who it is. Yo, I was googling it. Paraguay, France. Okay, well, I mean, that's a fait accompli, to be honest, as the French would say. Urenki, Semenyo, Partey takes it back to Opoku. Cut out by Arias, and now it could be Colombia. I've not seen much from Colombia yet. More forward movement from Ghana than Colombia in these first 20 minutes, but nothing yet from either team really showing anything. Suarez. Got wide to Arias. Back to Lerma. Now Rodriguez. Now Luis Diaz turns his man. Just shoot, mate, please, I beg. At least he shot. I thought for a second he wasn't going to, but an effort off target from Luis Diaz. Just the wrong side of the post. But you don't shoot, you don't score, so might as well try. You know what I'm saying? Goal kick. James. Arias. Rodriguez. Over to Mojica. Closed down by Sanaya. James Rodriguez does get enough of a tackle in to win it back for Colombia, but it's not going to work. Lerma's taking too heavy a touch.
It lacks flow. Someone has to take charge here. Still all square. Can they make this pressure count? And for all the keeping of the ball, they've gone nowhere. Owusu. Partey. Elisha Owusu. On to Partey. Oh, brilliant anticipation.
Luis Diaz now for Colombia. I know these silences will probably be a little bit annoying, but again, stuff to do. Diaz, closed down by a Jetty. This is why I thought taking this task on to do all the World Cup predictions would be a big task in the first place, but we managed so far. And even though shit is going on around, we will still try and get the matches done before I disappear off the face of the earth again.
High tempo, hypnotic football in total control.
Bloody hell, he's on him.
So gifted, aren't they?
Naya,
Thomas
Urenki,
Partey.
Saparti,
Teeing up the chase.
Mamensa, Owusu, Semenyo into Owusu. Good save at close range. Nobody closing Owusu down there. It's an interesting tactic from Colombia, I'll be real.
I'm sure it's only going to be a matter of time before they take the lead. We're seeing some really good attacking play from them. Just need the finish now.
Owusu. There's a nice passing rhythm to the play, but ultimately not going anywhere with it.
Berta, Rodriguez, Berta again.
Luis Diaz.
Luis Diaz,
Likely and real purpose to this.
Huerta, Arias, Munoz.
To put them ahead.
Will it be him? No, it won't. Apoku, I think he looked like he was about to pull the trigger there. But Apoku closing it down, and now a counter attack with Munoz out of position. Semenyo has the run of it here. Just needs to play it inside. And he does eventually to Owusu. I was more meaning to the striker, but Urenki, Sanaya.
Getting closer.
Urenki again tries to play it off, but Maika closes it down. And now there's no right back for Ghana. And if they play this right, Luis Diaz could be in. James Rodriguez does play it correctly. Luis Diaz is in. Can he play it off, or is he going to take it on himself? He's going to do absolutely neither, but he'll win it back. James Rodriguez, and that will work. I mean, it's not maybe the most, you know, it might have been the plan that they had to lose the ball and then win it back, but they did. They lost the ball, won it back. And it is Luis Javier Suarez that puts Colombia in the lead. Whether it's deserved or whether it's undeserved, it's happened.
And it's a good finish, but for me, it's all about the
Ball in
beforehand. Really
is a good one, and it's well
disciplined, working
taken.
the team to
I think it's the
ball
first time
for
shot into it.
and then they
Diaz
take
loses it, but then does intercept it back from the pass away. James Rodriguez plays it inside, and it is a curling finish, slotted into the bottom right for Suarez and for Colombia, and it is 1-0 with Ghana now on the back foot.
Go at 1-0.
How will they respond? Will they respond?
Partey.
They'll need to, if they remember,
Owusu.
to stay
An attack of genuine promise developing.
in this World Cup. Ghana will need at least one, potentially more than that, but one at a minimum just to keep themselves alive. Moika closes it out. Lerma gets it away. Luis Diaz now has got the burners on, and there is no right back here. Because Luis Diaz can keep the burners on all day if he likes. Puerta, Lerma, back to Puerta, inside to Suarez. We can't get around the JT.
Yeah, you can see that
And he's
they're
going to be
a
even
really
more
well
important
coached
now
side, can't you?
to stop any more goals coming from Colombia.
Skill to beat his marker.
Sanaya, Urenki,
Elisha Owusu.
Owusu playing it short to Partey, back to Owusu. Sanaya, Urenki, Fatawu. It's going to be a goal before the break here. It looks as if Ghana are moving for one potentially, but Fatawu gets closed down by Lukumi, and it's going to be away. That final pass seems to be letting Ghana down. And also the fact that Sanaya can't stay at right back is letting Luis Diaz have freedom here. And he turns inside. Ajete again. But Luis Diaz is getting far too much room. A lot more room than he should be getting. Arias. Suarez.
Could be dangerous.
Moika. Poor finish. Very, very poor finish. Took absolutely no... There was no composure there as well. Took all the power out of the effort going on his weak foot. But there might be one more chance for Colombia within 1 minute of added time.
On to Luis Diaz.
Quite like doing these simulations because there's no hydration breaks every fucking 20 odd minutes. Puerta runs through but can't find the ball through, and it's going to be away by Ghana. And the referee will say, right fellas, that's half time. And we'll say sick. We won't really say, I don't know if we'll say sick, but yep, it is half time. And it is Luis Javier Suarez who is the difference maker so far for Colombia, with some poor defending from Ghana. In the end, it was Luis Diaz who made a bit of a mistake losing the ball, but he won it straight back played it off to Rodriguez, and it was one more ball in to Suarez, and it gave them the lead at the break. So taking a look at the match facts then, ladies and gentlemen, this is how it looks. 57-43 in terms of possession in favour of Ghana. However, the attacking stats are in favour of Colombia. 3 shots to 1 and 1.3 expected goals to 0.4. It's not looking good, Brev, if you are Colombia, or if you're Ghana. Colombia, maybe as well, because they've not been brilliant, but they've got what they need. They're not really a team to sit back, though, so I don't know what the second half brings. We'll have a look at the T-stacks at half-time as well. Man of the match for Ghana will go to Caleb Urenki, 8.1. He is doing really well, just trying to push everything forward as far as he can, but no result yet for Ghana, despite a good opportunity. 7.6 for Opoku and 7.5 for Ajeti. They've both been very good at the back. I would rate Ajeti higher personally, but they've both been solid and they both will need to continue to be now. However, because they're a goal down, they don't want to be conceding anymore. Awosu, I didn't think it was great, but he did have the shot on target. Should be scoring that shot on target, to be fair, but it's a really good save at close range. 7.5 for him. Gideon Mensah, not too shabby at left back, 7 rating. Semenyo again, underwhelming, 6.8. Sanayo to 6.7. Thomas Partey has been poor in the midfield. I don't want to celebrate that, but good. He shouldn't be playing. Benjamin Asari with 2 shots on his goal, 1 save, 1 conceded. And then as well, Abdul Fatawu with a low rating. And Jordan Ayew not really been able to be involved yet. Maybe changes in that respect for Ghana at the break. But what we do know is that man of the match of Colombia is James Rodriguez. So far, rolling back the years a little bit, some would say. 8.1 and an assist for him. Luis Diaz has been very, very good. He's been exploiting that space on the left-hand side. Did have a shot at target, could have nearly made it 1-0 earlier on. But Sanaya is not really properly playing right back, so it does mean that Luis Diaz has got loads of space to exploit, which could be concerning for Ghana as they look to try and get back into this game. Gustavo Puerta, didn't think it was fantastic, but he did good enough, apparently, according to the game. John Lukumi, 7.1. I think he was the better of the defenders, so I can't really decline that. And Jefferson Lerma at 7.1. Haven't really seen much of him, to be honest, but maybe I'm blind. Luis Suarez with the goal. Luis Javier Suarez, to give his full name. It's not that one that played for Uruguay, because he's played for Colombia. Vargas with a 6.7. No. Put your hands back down. A shot on goal and a save from him. Awosu's effort, saved at close range by Camilo Vargas. And the rest of the defence, as well as Arias and Munoz, not really providing much just yet. Munoz could have had an opportunity to shoot, but he was closed down by Opoku earlier on, but that's the closest he's got. So we will move into the second half. Will there be more drama? Will Colombia add to their advantage, or will Ghana get this back into their favour? Maybe, ladies and gentlemen, we'll find out momentarily. No changes at the break, it sounds like. So let's get into the second half. 45 minutes left, off around the 32 potentially. Maybe more on the horizon. Let's see what happens. Final 45 minutes of regular time, I should say. If Colombia score early this second half, it's probably ropes. It probably is over, but it's looking like Ghana, as Jordan Ayew plays it back to Partey there. Interesting. Semenyo looks like he's dropped more central, and it might be what they need. Not far off from the Manchester City man, but it might be what they need, and they've changed something else as well. Jordan Ayew coming off, hasn't really made his mark. On comes Iñaki Williams, and maybe a bit more of a central role for Semenyo, and a bit more pace for Williams could be the factor that puts Ghana back into this.
Gustavo Puerta.
I hate to give him praise, but it's a great interception by Partey. And now Williams, Awosu, Semenyo, playing it between each other, try to find this space. Williams gets in there ahead of Lukumi. I'm really bad. I'm honestly backing Ghana to get an equaliser, but I know I'm also walking jinx, so it will probably be Colombia 2-0 momentarily.
Luis Javier Suarez.
James Rodriguez, Puerta, Lerma, Puerta to Sanchez, out wide to Munoz, closed down again by Partey. Can somebody else please do some defensive work? I don't have to keep praising him. Urenki, Owusu, good to Thomas Partey, Williams, Owusu, close down. Steady touch. Look whom he got there. An update on Andre Onana's future. Ooh, I already know what's going to happen. He's going to be going out loan again, but we'll have a look anyway. We'll have a look. Of course, we'll have a look. Oh, let's close my Twitch. Fair enough. Yeah, Andre Onana rejoins Trabzonspor on loan. Exactly what I thought. But what isn't what I thought was I thought Luis Diaz would put that in for 2-0, and he hasn't. Very, very close. So good flowing attack from Colombia. Rodriguez playing through the left winger, but he can't hit the target. Ghana get a little bit lucky. Especially as they're already a goal down.
Elisha Owusu. Williams.
Owusu spots for Tabu. And now Urenki, good ball in. Oh, just got caught. Good tackle by Mahika.
Strong and needed to be.
Luis Diaz progressed all the way into the box here. What's he going to do with this? Lays it back to James Rodriguez. Suarez, one more. And it's Puerto's shot blocked by a JT. Again, I said he would be important in the second half, and so far he's proven to be so. I thought Semenyo had gone into a more of a central role. It looks like he's still out on the left. I wonder if put Semenyo at cam might provide a bit more, because we saw it with Egypt against Australia in these simulations. They put Salah in the middle rather than on the wing, and he went and scored a hat-trick. In fact, I think he went and scored 4. Ball outside to Williams. Otawu. What's it? My cat out there. Nearly a goal, but my cat is out there. I think. A lot of water meowing at. So.
Davinson Sanchez. Daniel Munoz.
Meow.
And we're into the final half hour.
I can't be left alone, can I?
Gustavo Puerta.
The latest appearance of the cat in one of these predictions.
Daniel Munoz.
I'm not sure how many he's been included in, but it's probably a good amount. Good handful. What?
Gustavo Puerta.
Very noisy.
Possession. Excellent positioning.
What are you being noisy about?
Jefferson Lerma.
Subs requested for Colombia. Just as important as try to climb on folk. Who knew? Priorities here, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to climb on your owner rather than watching the game. Although I'm not sure the cat would be very interested in Colombia-Ghana predictions anyway.
Elisha Owusu.
Very clingy. Oh, I thought it was going to be an equaliser for a moment. When you leave my feet alone, I know how you like being an arsehole with them. He likes biting people's feet. Puerto coming off for Rios. And it was nearly, I think it was Urenki that called Vargas into action once again. Are you drunk? Are you drunk, are you? Falling off my legs. Poor corner from Ghana though. I think it's raining outside as well because he is wet. Wet cat. A JT. To Semenyo! Oh! It nearly caught Vargas off guard. But it's another good save. Semenyo was left onside. Or was it a save? Did it hit the crossbar? It's a corner anyway, so it must have been some kind of contact from Vargas. Fatawu into Williams off the line. How close is Ghana going to get? Urenki wide of the post. How close are Ghana going to get to this equaliser? Are they going to get this equaliser? They've just had one saved in incredible fashion by Vargas and then headed off the line as well. It is getting very, very close. If you're Colombia, surely there's some concern as to how Ghana are breaking you down so easily.
Suarez.
Those may be the last chances for Ghana. That might be the last gasp. That might be all the energy they had left. Colombia score now. It's going to be a cruel twist of fate because Ghana have just had the attacking pressure and should have somehow got a goal out of that situation. However, Lerma. Down the line to Mayika. In the middle to Suarez. It's away by Opoku. And further away by Fatawu. Gets caught in a collision there, but ball is still with Ghana.
So 20 minutes left of this game.
You are an idiot. You see me every... This cat sees me every day, and apparently it's like it's like 3 years since I've last seen him because he acts like it. Even though I see you every day, don't I? Even when I don't want to. Not don't want to see him, but if I'm doing something where he can't come in, like I'm eating or something, he's suddenly like, yeah, well now I want to come in. Oh, when I want to go to sleep. That's the key one. Whenever I want to go to sleep, he decides, okay, that's the time for me to come in.
Struggling to keep it here.
I can leave the door open all night and he won't bother, but when I want to go to sleep, that's when he's like, yeah, you know what, actually. Sounds like a good plan.
Lerma.
I think Ghana have had their momentum. I think Colombia will see this out now. Off the line and 2 amazing saves from Vargas. Just unfortunate in the end.
Lukumi.
Great effort from Ghana, and they still have time to do something again. I just don't believe they will. They're going to have to be quick about it if they do.
Partey. Owusu.
Which way will it go? Fatawu to Owusu. Now Urenki. Semenyo. Urenki can't play it back. It's closed down by Richard Rios. And yeah, I think the momentum is gone.
Suarez.
You never know though. Don't catch chickens before they hatch.
Closed it down well. Good ball, decent looking attack this.
So you climbed up there just to jump back down again. What was the... Do you mind? What was the purpose of that? Just came back down so you could get tangled in the cables, didn't you? I know your game. Colombia looking to make maybe a late change defensively to see this one out. Get to have a chance to actually get that substitution off because the ball doesn't go out to play much in these simulations, so they've got a long way, if at all. Urenki. Poor pass, under pressure. He had other options where they weren't miles away and marked, but he opted to go for the miles away and marked option.
Jefferson Lerma.
Very intriguing, isn't it? Lerma to Rodriguez, Richard Rios, Lerma, Rodriguez, Lerma, Rodriguez again. Do you have to climb me, do you?
Lerma. Possession changes hands.
Fuck's sake. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, he's just rubbing against the mic. Because apparently I need to be climbed.
It only takes a second to score a goal and there are still 5 minutes to go.
If you hear any, like, sounds of the mic that obviously isn't me, it's him. Only 5 minutes left now for Ghana. And they're going to allow these substitutions to happen, maybe. Because they need to make a change for their attack. Mayika coming off from Machado. Or Mercado, left back change there. Ghana bringing off Owusu. Didn't see who they brought on. Because they went off the screen too quick. Moomin. Moomin is on. Will that make change for potential equaliser? We shall see. Probably got one more run here. I start to feel really bad for Ghana because they've had some good opportunities. Cleared off the line, some very good saves from Vargas. And they might be enough to see his nation get through.
Yeah, just waiting for
Ghana need to move this forward. They can't piss around the middle with it. I don't really know what the game plan is here. Like, if they don't move this forward, they're out of the FA Cup, they're out of the World Cup. Urenki, Fatawu, back to Urenki, over the top to Fatawu. Need something now. from the edge to Moomin. Inside to Inaki Williams, closed down by Davinson Sanchez. With 2 minutes of injury time, I believe that will be it for the African nation. But it might be one more chance for Colombia.
On to Luis Diaz.
Either that or they just set it out. But Luis Diaz progressing it forward. Mercado back to the edge of the box to Lerma. James Rodriguez closed down, but it's going to be too late for Ghana to get a counter, you would think, and you would be correct if you thought that, because it is the end of the game, and according to the predictions simulations, ladies and gentlemen, Colombia will be the last team to go through. 1-0.
There have been a few good performances out there today, but of all the players on show, he's one that's really caught the eye.
Yeah, good performance and a really critical goal to give them the lead. They just couldn't cope with his
Luis
movement
Javier
today.
Suarez, the difference. It was 1-0 Colombia. Well, Ghana hard done by, you got to think, by the end of that match. Some incredible opportunities. But a mixture of very good goalkeeper and bad luck and good player on the line means that they just miss out on getting into the round of 16. The stats look like this at the end. 55-45 in terms of possession in favour of Ghana, who ended a goal down. It is 6 shots to 5 in favour of Ghana as well, with 2.4 expected goals to 1.3. Not enough for Ghana to, you know, advance. But Colombia held out in the end. Got very, very lucky to hold out as well. But sometimes you need luck in this tournament. And that does mean that we have our final team, at least in simulation, in around the 16. Lord knows who it's going to be in real life. What we do know is that those are your statistics. Take a look at the performances then. Man of the match will go to Yarenki, who you can't really doubt, to be honest, because he's been really good. He has been class this game. Just unable to find the finish for his side, as did the rest of the Ghanaian players. What do you want now? 8.1 for Caleb Yarenki, as he did have some opportunities but couldn't find the finish, whether it be by a good goalkeeping save or whether it be by a shot, a defence off the line. I'm not exactly sure. As well, I'm not sure who the Colombian player was that cleared off the line, but fair fucks to him, because he saved his country's cup. 7.7 for Owusu, not bad in midfield. He did quite well in the end. 7.3 for Ajeti as well, who I said would be important. And they didn't concede anymore, but they also didn't score any either. And Jerome Poku alongside him was solid, 7.2. What are you staring at me for? Huh? 7.1 for Mensah, who went slightly better in that half. Thomas Partey slightly decreased and regressed in that half, 6.9 for him. Semenyo, I thought did better. I thought they'd actually moved him central, but they hadn't done. That was fake news. Fake news by me. I apologise for said fake news. Sanaya and Fatawi were struggling as well. Sanaya didn't really stay right back. He didn't have a very good sense of being a right back. Fatawi wasn't fantastic. Benjamin Asare, 2 shots on his goal, 1 save, 1 conceded. And then, of course, the substitutes couldn't really do much. Jordan Ayew didn't really get involved in the first half. Got brought off for Williams, who I thought maybe a game changer. In the end, unfortunately, for Ghana, was not. For Colombia, man of the match goes to James Rodriguez at 7.8. Of course, the assist for the only goal in the match from Luis Javier Suarez. Not an incredible performance by Colombia by any means. And whoever they face in the next round, I can't remember off the top of my head who it would be. It looks like it'll probably be Argentina. I could be wrong there. Again, with the draw, fuck knows. We'll find out when we cross that bridge when we come to it. But they'll need to up their game for their next game, is my point. 7.4 for Puerta, 7.4 for Lerma. Decent midfield showing. Luis Diaz as well. I thought he was good, but couldn't find a finish today. That's unfortunate for him. Luis Javier Suarez did find his finish, and it was the finish that made a difference. 7 rating for him as Colombia win 1-0. Camilo Vargas, some very good saves at the end of that second half. 3 shots, 3 saves, and none conceded. I thought for a second Semenyo levelled it for Ghana, but not to be, as Vargas was equal to it. Lukumi, better defender out of the two. However, everyone else struggled a bit. Sanchez did make the key tackle right at the end, but I'm still not convinced it was great from him. And John Arias struggling like he has been the whole World Cup. Especially bad from Daniel Munoz, who you expect to be good because he is a good player, but struggled today. But what didn't happen was a Colombia exit, so they won't be worrying too much about players struggling. They'll just be happy they're through to the round of 16s. And ladies and gentlemen, that will wrap up your round of 32 games for this tournament, at least in simulation. In real life, they're still ongoing. But we will be getting on to the nitty-gritty. We're already in the nitty-gritty, but we're getting on to the even nittier, grittier next as we advance to the round of 16. And then we'll start seeing who will book their place in the quarterfinals. The first to audition for their quarterfinal spot will be Canada versus Morocco. I'll see you then for that, but for now, enjoy the rest of the World Cup.